Readmission rates are becoming increasingly important to hospitals and the patients it serves. CMS now mandates that 2% of payment will be lost if there are readmissions within 30 days. In this training video, you'll learn how to analyze data from a readmission tool. You'll find the percentage of compliance and interpret that data by creating a chart. Thank you and enjoy the video.
This is the data set we'll be using today. There are 4 different columns: medical records, compliance of the nurse, comments, and the room number of the patient. Medical records are used to identify the patient. Compliance is listed in 3 different ways: as a 2, meaning the nurse was non-compliant; as a 1, meaning the nurse was compliant; or a 3, meaning the nurse was not able to use the readmission tool. Comments are only included on level 3s to explain why the nurse could not use the tool. And the room column is used to see if a nurse is repeatedly not using the readmission tool. Next, I'm going to show you how to find the percentage of compliance. We want to know how many nurses used the readmission tool, didn't use the readmission tool, and were not able to use the readmission tool. So first we're going to put a filter on our top categories by highlighting the names listed. And we're going to be under our Data tab and click Filter. Filter filters out every different category listed under your heading. So as you can see, compliance has 3. 1 being that the nurse used the readmission tool, 2 being they did not use the readmission tool, and 3 being they were not able to use the readmission tool. So we're under compliance, and we want to know how many nurses were compliant, so we're going to uncheck 2 and 3. So this lists all the medical records and room numbers that have a 1 connected to them. So we're going to count compliance, and we're going to enter the total here. And that is 15. Next, I'm going to show you how to find the amount that was not compliant. So we're going to use the same filter that we applied earlier, and we're just going to click the drop-down menu and select 2 and uncheck 1. So now listed is only the nurses who did not comply. So we're going to go back here, so we're going to say non-compliant, and we're going to count the amount, and that is 9 nurses were not compliant in using the readmission tool. Next, we're going to find out how many nurses were not able to use the readmission tool. So under compliance, we're going to check number 3 and uncheck number 2. And as you can see listed here, only 2 nurses were unavailable to use the readmission tool. And about unavailability, this means the patient was not able to give the proper information for the nurse to fill out. So it could be a motor deficit, a speech deficit, or maybe they were intubated and they were not able to convey information and their family was not available to talk to the nurse either. Next, we're going to find out the percentage of compliance for this day. So we're going to enter in a formula in our Excel, and we're going to say percentage of compliance equals the amount of nurses that complied by using the readmission tool divided by the amount of nurses total that used the readmission tool, which is 26, minus the nurses who were not able to use the readmission tool, which would be the unavailable, which is 2. Close parentheses and enter. This lists the percentage at 62.5% for this day. Next, I'm going to show you how to enter a chart to make the compliance information more useful. So first, we're going to highlight our information here, our compliance at 15, non-compliance at 9, and unavailable at 2. We're going to go to our chart tab here and hit the column drop down. You can choose any kind of column you like. My favorite is the 2D clustered column. And as you can see, Excel automatically puts it in a chart for you to use.